Hello and welcome back to my channel. And on my channel, we do anything we want. I do anything I want. And so today, I'm going to take you on a learning journey of calculus, specifically derivative of trigonometric functions. I'm taking you through this because I am also learning this and I'm finding it hard to understand. So I've decided to learn trigonometry all over again. And by the time I'm done with that, I'll share some of what I've learned. But for today, I realized that even if I understood, or even after I've understood trigonometric functions, I would still need to memorize those derivatives because they would keep coming up in future exercises, in future aspects of differentiation of calculus. So anyways, you see beside me the whiteboard, and now I'm going to wipe it off for us to begin the class. This class is just a memorization class, so I'm going to copy off of my notebook and onto the whiteboard, and then afterwards I'm going to wipe it off and see if I remember it perfectly. You can follow along if you want, you can stay if you want, anything you're welcome to do. Thank you for being here. Like, subscribe, support the channel. I'm going to be working with red colored marker. First of all, I'm going to go through my notes, and the topic is derivative. Oh, I wonder, can you see what I just wrote? Because, like I said, I need to brush up on my trigonometry, but I am familiar with its term. Sine, cosine, tan, secant, cosecant, and cotangent. Sine x prime, because this is the sign for um derivatives, cos x. And alternatively, when you're trying to find the cos x derivative, it's the graph is kind of similar and reflected or reflective of sine x's graph, and so you end up having minus sine x. I know these are not proper explanations, but it's how I feel like minus. It's how I feel like I can understand for now before I brush up on my trigonometry. Let me just give myself something like a placeholder explanation, satisfying or satisfactory to my brain. So minus sine x. And I think from these two we can derive every single one, because now we understand that I learned that x prime is cos x over sine x over cos x. And I feel like this sort of is reflective of that Socatua derivative, where to get tan theta you have to do opposite over adjacent, so like it kind of reminds me of that. And I was thinking I could use that understand to understand secant, cosecant, and tan cotangent, but I was wrong because I tried to find how I could use that like placeholder explanation to get why secant is giving me sec x tan x here, like the derivative of sec x is giving me sec x tan x. I thought I could use it, but it's not clear enough to me, so I really need to brush up on my trigonometry. In the meantime, let's just keep going for that, and then we're going to solve some exercises. So you have to understand that in some aspect of mathematics you might not fully understand everything, but once you understand what you're working with, at least you can use it to further solve problems. Yeah, and then you can then take your time to retrace your steps to that aspect that you don't understand. Okay, just to make you have a very cohesive pattern of thinking. But if you are, if you don't have time, or if you are at the point where you just have to keep going forward, you can understand what you are working with to an extent. Give yourself a sort of placeholder explanation of why this thing works the way it is. Then you satisfy your curiosity in your free time, which is what I'm going to do. So let's go ahead and just write down the derivatives of secant, cosecant, and cotangent. Now, the derivative, yeah. So the derivative of cosecant is, you use this sign. Oh my god, my marker has aired out too much. Support the channel so I can get more markers if you like this type of content. So cosecant x prime, remember it is a derivative we are finding out, is minus cosecant x and cotangent x. This is a lot. Okay, this is a whole lot, and I am still fighting an inner battle just looking at this expression, but I trust myself to go through trigonometry and get to this point. Okay, next one is the prime of secant. I think it even makes sense for me to even use the black marker because then I can differentiate it easier. And that is sec x tan x. And finally, cotangent. There's something so special about cotangent and tangent. I don't know why. I feel like they're my friends, and I feel like it'll be easy for me to figure them out than the others. Cosecant minus cosecant square x. And those are the derivatives of trigonometric functions, and we have to memorize it for future use. Like I said, if you're in a situation where your teacher is not very explanatory, doesn't like to go back in a hurry, or you're in a deadline, for tests and all of that, just have a placeholder understanding of how this works. Yeah, don't worry about how it works even, just on this memorize it, so that I can use it to solve for that problem. I will go back and do a trigonometry video. You have to go back too. But before we wipe it up, let's see if we can memorize it first, because that's the point of this entire video, memorization. And I have my knitting needle with me, so if you don't memorize it, I'm going to come and spank you. Now, I feel like the position would be better for us to memorize together. So the first thing we're knowing is when we're writing is prime sine x. So prime sine x means what? The differential of sine x is what? Cos x. The derivative. Let's not say different. The derivative of sine x is cos x. Derivative of sine x is cos x. Derivative of cos x is minus sine x. Let me make that clearer. Minus sine x. The derivative of tan x is sine x over cos x. My Nigerian accent demands me to say sine x over cos x, so I think I'll go with my Nigerian accent. Cosecant, we used to call it cosecant, so we call it secant here, so I don't know how you pronounce it in your countries. Derivative of cosecant x is minus cosecant x cotangent x. So let's just call it cot x, yeah, instead of cotangent, cot x. So cosecant x derivative is minus cosecant x cot x. Derivative of secant x is secant x tan x. I'll call it tan. Cot x derivative, the derivative of cot x is minus, this is minus, because there's a sign in physics and maths that's like that, but this is minus cosecant x, sorry, minus cosecant square x. So again we go, then I'll wipe the board and we memorize it together. Derivative of sine x is cos x. Derivative of cos x is minus sine x. Derivative of tan x is sine x over tan x. Sorry, sine x over cos x. Derivative of sine x is what? Cos x. Derivative of cos x is what? Minus sine x. Derivative of tan x is what? Sine x over cos x. The derivative of cosecant x is what? Minus cosecant x cot x. Derivative of secant x is secant x times tan x. Not times, but like just two of them together. The derivative of cot x is minus cosecant square x. So let's wipe the board and let's see if we memorize it. Well, let's just do. If I don't remember it, then I mean I have to do more work here. You know, at the end of the day, I'm not memorizing for an exam or for a test, so I don't need to hold myself to very strict standards. At the end of the day, this is just me exploring a hobby. Now, let's try. I'm using black so to be clear. Derivative of, let's scramble it, because the good thing about memorization is that if you memorize it according to how you wrote it, you might not remember it properly if the order is scrambled. So let's start from tan. Derivative of tan x is what? Good. Sine x over cos x. If I'm wrong, you can always comment that I'm wrong. When I was memorizing, I'll still check and correct myself here. Derivative of cos x is what? I know people know it. Is what? Yes, sine x. Derivative of sine x is now what? I trust you guys so much. You guys are doing so amazing. Sine x is what? Yes, cos x. Now we get to the tricky part. Derivative of cosecant x. This one I don't think I can scramble it because I don't think I've memorized it, but you guys should know this now. Is what? Minus cosecant. Sorry, it's minus. If I use my hand, the 30 is just magnified. Let's use a tissue properly. Derivative of cosecant x is what? I trust you guys. What? Minus cosecant x cot x. Am I correct or am I wrong? Tell me if I got it wrong. I'll still check it. The derivative of secant x is what? I think secant x tan x. I think. I'm not sure. And the derivative of cotangent x. Why I told you this is my friend. It's cosecant square x. So I'm going to confirm if I'm wrong or where I'm right, and then you guys also confirm. Don't look at. I hope you guys did not cheat in your memorization exercise. So this is all we can do for today. I wanted to try some exercises, but um my phone is out of space. Right, I can close for the day. It's correct. Second x tan x. Oh no. No. Yeah, it's correct. Sec x, yeah. Cot x is this. Is minus. There's a minus here. And there's a minus here. I'm correct in all of them except this final one. My favorite, my baby. This one was wrong. So what's the correction? Cotangent x derivative is minus cosecant square x. I think we did a good job today. Minus cosecant square x. This is minus. I was correct in everything. Let's see. Sine x is what? Cos x. You were correct too. Cos x is what? Minus sine x. You were correct. tan x is what? Sine x over. Oh no! I made a mistake from the very beginning. This is why I want to understand it, because this is a mistake right from the start. Oh my god, I know some people would have clocked it and be screaming at the screen that I was wrong since forever. This was never, this was the original form you needed to derive and get your final answer. I'm so sorry I led you guys astray. This is why I need to what? Study up on my trigonometric functions, because if I had an understanding of how it worked, there's no way I would have been comfortable saying that. So I'm going to put it in red to show that I was wrong from the very start. Um, Derivative of tan x is secant x, secant square x. I don't know why I started my calculations when I was derived, like when I was learning how to derive it with this expression. So when I saw it, I thought maybe, oh sure, that's the answer. But I was very, very wrong from the start, and I apologize to everybody that's followed along. So that's what happens when you don't know maths. Yeah, you keep on working on a folly. You understand? So I'm leaving it in red for the rest of the week. I'm going to memorize it for the rest of the week. The week has ended, yeah. But I'm going to memorize it for the rest of the week, and I will see you in the next video. Hopefully by then I have brushed up on my trigonometry and I'm not privy to the sort of mistakes anymore. The next one, I don't know if you want to study trigonometry together, where I put you through what I understand, or we just practice exercise together. Let me know in the comments. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Bye bye. Please don't go around with an empty head saying you know maths or physics. Learn it.